Yeah,
Yep, can hear you.
I'm here. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's interesting to listen to, the conversations about the UK economy, because one of the other benefits that, dance has definitely brought the UK is its kind of international value and its image abroad of a kind of a diverse culture, and dance has played a great part in actually, promoting those values abroad. And our company, particularly over the last 20 years, has really benefited from our international profile. Our success as an organization, our capacity to take risks. Also, the fact is that 72% of our revenue comes from international touring, and that has done a lot in terms of building the resilience in our business model, and also create those kind of reserves that actually which has got us into a situation where we were unable to apply for the recovery fund because our business model was too resilient. But I wanted to focus a little bit on the Brexit value to us, and rather than me talk philosophically about that, I thought I'd just give you a few statistics about what it means to us, particularly in terms of value over the last 4 productions that we've been touring over the last 4 years. So we have toured to 120 venues in Europe. We have been to 40 different countries. I mean, some are repeat, but like France is a very big market to us. And our audience in Europe has been 217,000. So you can see that we have a considerable reach into that market. 70% of Europe, of our turnover, has come from Europe in the last 4 years. 33% of our staff are European. 22% of our dancers are European. 60% of our rehearsal directors are European. 43% of our technical crew are European, and 31% of our collaborators are European. So what this really means to us is, as well as, increasing our revenue, but it also means Europe means access to talent for us. And without talent and without that revenue, that will erode our capacity to be ambitious and drive our artistic values forward. And as I said, be a wonderful cultural ambassador for the UK as we travel abroad, particularly in light of what's happening now in a very fractured, divisive, very fearful world that requires that kind of soft power massaging that's really needed as we make friends around the world. With leaving Brexit, the anxiety for us, of course, is the additional, which many companies will probably say, is the additional bureaucracy. What happens to taxation. For a lot of our artists, that will mean additional certificates of residency. That means our staff, already really busy mobilizing our people around the world, will spend a great deal more time trying to make that work. Now, our co-producers, aside from the Arts Council, another big source of revenue from us is European co-producers. They may find us too difficult to work with because of the additional paperwork, even from their side. And where we will feel that most is probably in the visa situation, because the visas are already quite complex, and the freedom of movement, particularly for a dance company, is really essential. And when not having the visa situation becoming far more complicated and difficult, and currently also uncertain, because at the moment, a lot of countries have not confirmed their visa and entry requirements, and that's going to make it very difficult for us to plan forward. It also impacts on things like freight, because right now we've been able to move our sets and scenery around Europe very freely, and possibly once we leave Europe, we will have to do a lot of work on ATA carnets, which again take up a lot of time. So as you can see, probably what this will do eventually is erode our business model and not only our finances, but our artistic ambitions. There's a lot more I can say about Europe, a dance in Europe, but these are the main headlines. I think what we really need from is an awareness that, I know they talk a lot about the West End, and West End being a magnet for attracting international people in, but we mustn't forget the real value that UK has in terms of the artworks that tour out of the country and the value that has to UK's image across the globe, and particularly in Europe.